In the basement of the University of Washington's Allen Library, crowded around a vintage German-made movie viewer, film archivist Hannah PALIN has history in her fingertips.
It is like Christmas. I might have been the first person to lay eyes on it in decades. So that's really exciting.
A stunning, short, 6-minute film of transoceanic pilot Charles Lindbergh visiting Seattle. A national hero at the height of his fame in 1927, the stop was part of a 48-state tour.
Couldn't believe my eyes. It was just fantastic, I thought, to have that film.
82-year-old Beverly AKERS from Bellevue found the 88-year-old canister of film years earlier in an open shed.
It's penciled. It does say Lindy.
She'd been told whatever was inside the tin probably disintegrated. But with one glance, a sigh of relief and shock.
I couldn't believe it. I was just thanking the Lord that I saved it.
She donated the footage to the UW Library's Special Collections in honor of her granddaughter, Tara O'Neill, who graduated from the UW this past spring.
The very thought that the University of Washington would have it and take care of it forever, that was what I had to do.
The silent film captures a pivotal moment in aviation. Lindbergh's 33-hour solo flight across the Atlantic happened in May of 1927. Just 4 months later, Lindbergh's September stop in Seattle was one of 80 he would make on a back-breaking 3-month tour of the U.S., promoting aviation and the building of airports.
It was so much fun to watch it for the first time because it was this, I got this feeling like I was 6 degrees of separation from Lindbergh.
The footage opens with Lindbergh arriving from Spokane in the spirit of St. Louis. It circles the Sandpoint Naval Air Station before Lindbergh sets it down on a primitive landing strip. Lindbergh emerges.
I have to admit that he looks tired. He looks like, I felt kind of sorry for him because I thought, oh my goodness, this has got it. He's been flying from place to place to place.
Lindbergh and his entourage take a yacht to Husky Stadium, where he's driven around several times to an estimated crowd of 25,000 people.
Bertha Landis introduces him, and then Lindbergh gives his speech about the importance of aviation. To our knowledge, this is the only film that we've found of him in Seattle. What I think is really interesting is there's film of Bertha Landis, so we've never seen her up and walking and talking and moving.
Landis was the city's first and only female mayor. At this event, historians say Landis announced the city's plans to build a municipal airport so it could become an aviation center of the country. At the time, what was to become the Boeing Company was just 11 years old. The film then jumps to the next morning when Lindbergh visits Volunteer Park, where an estimated 30,000 school children were waiting.
So far, all they have is this original film, which is why we have to look at it through a viewfinder. That's why you see the bars there on the side. But all of that could soon change.
We want to preserve the film, and the best way to do that is to make a new print.
PALIN says the film is in fair shape, but she'd like to find grant money to have it restored and digitized.
I feel a huge sense of responsibility to take that history and make it public. That's why I'm here.
That work could cost up to $4,000 and allow viewers to see the footage in greater detail. Footage that ends with a shot of Lindbergh flying away in the little silver plane. Next stop, Portland.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.